Good morning, everybody. All right, so we're going to let this thing play through a couple of times as people are coming into chat, and then we'll start breaking it down, kind of get a hypothesis, go frame by frame on certain parts. Should be interesting, though. I've watched it once, and Twitch had some issues, but YouTube coming through in the clutch, so we will do it here. We'll take screenshots, break it all down, all the fun stuff coming. All right. Here goes. Volume at a good level. Hopefully you guys should be able to hear it. Yep. Full volume for now.
The darkness crowds the edges of this system. The hive serves it. You'll fall to one, if not the other. I propose an alliance. With my army and your light, the Cabal will crush the hive. Bow.
No. Empress Keitel has emerged as the new face of their empire and demanded I pledge loyalty to her.
This tank is like a living thing. She breathes, she moves, and she will spit out your bones. Sharpen my gilded knife and see you both on the battlefield. There's no light here.
All right, one more time. There's nothing tucked at the end. Oh, whoops. Try that again. There we go. Once more. Big old Cabal ship.
The darkness crowds the edges of this system. The hive
Cabal is like, no.
You'll fall to one, if not the other.
And no faith either.
I propose an alliance. With my army and your light, the Cabal will crush the hive. Bow.
No. Empress Keitel has emerged as the new face of their empire and demanded I pledge loyalty to her.
This tank is like a living thing.
We got a new strike, which is actually surprising. So 2 old ones and 1 new strike coming.
And she will spit out your bones.
New bow, which is kind of cool. I'll get into that. Classic strikes, of course, we have the Fallen Saber. It's epic. Fallen Saber. Can't forget that one. New Battlegrounds, 3-person man-mage activity. The Trials Hand Cannon.
We need you, Guardian. Be our champion.
I'll sharpen my gilded knife and see you both on the battlefield.
this one. This is a thing to think about too. I'll turn the volume down in a second. So fast. I know, I was letting you guys get full volume. I'll turn it down here soon. Damn, that's literally one frame. I keep missing it. It's so fast. Literally one frame is all we get. Come on. Come on. What's up, Iron Man? How you doing? Seriously? There. That. I saw this, and I was very curious to see that this thing popped. This is somehow in a video. What the hell is this in our game? This looks like it fell out of Resident Evil or anything else. That is a very, very odd looking. I'm guessing somehow Hive related-ish, but also very, very twisted. I have no idea what this is from, so. Yep, it's literally one frame, even closer. Where are those going? An Elixir Exploder. Yeah, what are the Curse Thrall, but like Curse Thrall Zerg? Yeah, Screeb, sort of. And then I don't know what that is. Kind of a Cabal language floating ship situation. Not too much of it, though. I love when you go frame by frame picking this stuff apart.
Right here.
Okay, so let me turn the volume down because I was letting you guys get the full experience. I'll go a little lower on that. So first we've got Cosmodrome. This is one of the battlegrounds, and I will bring up the website later too because I've got that open for Bungie. The new season page is open. I'll show you guys that as we look. Great if it would load. So this is up as well, which you guys should be able to, yep, should be able to see this. So we'll go through this as we go, but the big one is the battlegrounds. So the fallout from the failed treaty has resulted in Cabal forces taking up arms on multiple destinations. Prepare to defend the glory of the Empire in this 3-player match-made activity. Lore tab from the Hunter Wrathborn gloves. Callus has a ship scooping up Scorn on the shore. Good to know. So if Callus has that, and potentially if Callus has been overthrown, it means Keitel, which is Callus's daughter, is doing her thing. So this is a battleground. This looks to be... This is top of the Cosmodrome area. Yeah, so this is one of the battlegrounds. This is as you head off through the Moth Yards. I think it's in the top section there. This one is 100% in a Lost Sector or IO or maybe on Europa, we know. That is actually a pretty cool looking Scion. So this will be one of the champions that we fight there for the battlegrounds. I can't tell where this is specifically. Kind of obscure in the location. Not much. Haven't missed too much Blackwings. Just started, watched the trailer twice. Now, twice. We're going to go through it kind of frames here. So we've got the opening section. You got the fallen ships over here. But now at the battlegrounds, which will open, we'll get to the calendar a bit later. Those are going to open over time as we go. All right. So, Hive God was driven back. So he took last season of the Hunt, driving back the High Celebrant and Zivorath, trying to build her corrupted army through the Cryptoliths. That is kind of where the season had ended and is kind of wrapping up. Now, but her influence lingers. So obviously she's not going away. We also have the darkness still as a threat because we've missed so many planets. A new threat emerges. So this is Keitel. It is a To my understanding, male Cabal do not have the tusks. The females that you can see, like the walrus tusks right here in the front, kind of explains her. Also, I know you guys can't see it very well, but if you would zoom in on basically the crown of her head up here, it is the symbol for the season. We've seen it on the icons for the shaders. The like PvP Crucible stuff had that same icon on it. It's not the one that was on the seasonal challenges, but it was the one that was on the Cabal rewards, like the seasonal shader, stuff like that. That's where you'll see that icon. So she's pretty cool looking. And just like, hell was it? There. So that's Kydal, champion. Good morning, Justin. How you doing? Thank you guys all for tuning in. If you guys don't normally catch me live on stream, I do a lot of streaming on Twitch. Twitch had some issues this morning, but I also know a lot of you guys like obviously come from my YouTube videos for Destiny. You guys know I'll be covering other things, but also Destiny 2. So thank you guys for coming in. New season's always exciting. So we're breaking the trailer down this morning, trying to gonna organize my thoughts basically as we go through this, and then I'll probably record a video for those who don't catch it live that I'll put up later. So I'm gonna let this play just for a second here as we get some cool shots.
Darkness crowds the edges of this system. The Hive serves it.
So darkness crowds the edges of the system, and the Hive serve the darkness, theoretically. So those two forces, one or the other or both, are what we're going to be facing. And Keitel, basically, who has kind of risen up as the leader of Empress Keitel, they actually say that. So it was Emperor Callus, now it's Empress Keitel. So if she's running the whole show, not sure how that power struggle happened or whatever went down there. Definitely a thing, though.
You'll fall to one, if not the other. I propose an alliance. With my army and your light, the Cabal will crush the Hive. Bow.
No.
Now, the only thing I would say there for Zavala's sake, of course, he's got to be a Titan. Big, I'm not going to back down. It's Callus's daughter. Sorry if I said that wrong. It's Callus's daughter. So one reason, of course, Zavala. Yeah, we got a couple screenshots of the crazy thing. It's at the end of it. So Callus's daughter rising up in power. She's still an empress. So Mara said, bow to no one as fair. But Zavala, of course, is not going to bow to a Cabal leader. He may ally, maybe a strange alliance, but he would definitely not bow to serve her. Pretty much what he would try and do is basically say that I would work with you is as far as he would go, but he would definitely not bow to serve underneath any other race. Alliances would be something of discussion. There's no way in hell Zavala is going to say, I will bend the knee, as Cognito would say. I'm not bending the knee to obviously serve anybody else. So it gets a little tense.
Empress Keitel has emerged as the new face of their empire and demanded I pledge loyalty to her.
So, got some new armor. Now, this is an interesting point as well. So,
Empress Keitel has emerged as the new face of their empire and demanded I pledge loyalty to her.
Okay, so two pieces because it goes kind of quickly. As it zooms out, this is probably going to look fairly close to the tower. The tower itself, that we haven't been in a while in Destiny 2 because it got destroyed. We used to explore it in the in Destiny 1, the Zero mission, you got to go a little bit back through the tower. But if you ever remember the opening to Destiny 2 with the Cabal invading, and honestly, this is pretty much what has been rebuilt. They have been rebuilding it, is my understanding from what I've heard. This is now potentially called the Helm, which is going to reopen at some point. This could be like the new Vanguard. So you see the Vanguard banners up top. You can see those. And then you've got a couple of the robots and stuff around. But generally, this looks like a rebuilt version of the tower. This also looks like where Zavala took his stand when Destiny 2 started off and the Cabal invaded, and he said, everybody get in here. He pops his bubble, he pops his bubble, and everybody jumps in and survive all the missiles coming in. New season is out a week from today, so February 9th is when the new season starts. Brought back the war table. Yep. So This looks like we're going to be heading back to the tower. There's been rumors of it. There's been cube maps, theoretically, of the new tower in there. We may be switching social spaces, getting off the wall, actually going to the main tower hub, or the helm may be our new social space if we switch, which also means people are going to change locations. People might finally have certain homes. We'll just have to see, but the tower coming back is very likely big potential with this being here. Yeah, you've got images in Discord as well. Yeah, so that's the freaky stuff. Helm, strikes open, we'll see all that. So, back to it. Now, this is the screenshot from the new strike. The new strike involves this tank. It definitely looks like it's going to have to be Nessus. We don't have any other planet that looks like this. This is Vex architecture. But this also is a big-ass Cabal tank. Yeah, the farm is gone. D1 tower might come back, or it might have a rename with the helm. However they feel like handling it, definitely will be a thing. Oh, 1 sec. It's going to get warm in here if I don't turn my air on a little bit. And so, this looks to be the tank involved in the new strike. We'll see that here quick.
This tank is like a living thing.
New strike inbound, breach the moving fortress. And the strike, if we pull up the website, so Proving Grounds. So you've got the Devil's Lair. That one, of course, we knew was coming, and Fallen Saber. Those are the 2 strikes from the Cosmodrome we did not have. We already have Omnigul, or the Switch of Omnigul, whatever it's called. So those 2 are there. So now we're going to rush to aid the AI Warmind Rasputin as he broadcasts a plea for help across the system. So that's actually got a little bit of lore implication, as Rasputin is trying to do stuff. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to come in, but the fact that they give it story implications is cool. And also basically makes known that Rasputin is not completely gone. It's weird that he would be doing that from the Cosmodrome, though, which is strange. Devil's Lair, find and destroy the single exalted servitor that sustains the fallen house of devils in the Cosmodrome. What we really needed is a Vex strike, though. I feel like I'm glad we actually have Fallen, because Fallen strikes sometimes are hard to come by. I know we lost some strikes, so I don't know the math, but if you need a Fallen strike, right now it just seems like Exodus Crash is the only one, so I'm happy to have a little variety there for Fallen bosses and stuff. Proving Grounds. The champions of humanity face the champions of Cabal to determine the fate of the last city. So that's a new strike we actually get, which is pretty cool.
She breathes, she moves, and she will spit out your bone.
Now, couple things happen here. One, we've got this dude. Wow, you don't get him for long, do you?
And she will spit.
So that is a very... Wow, that is the last frame you get it on, too.
Is like a living thing. She breathes, she moves.
That's pretty legit shot. This will probably be the Proving Gowns, because obviously we have Cabal involved with their statues. This guy, really, buffering wouldn't suck. This dude, probably going to be maybe the strike boss. Obviously, he's got the big champion piece up top. Got a pretty big 4 or 5-way purple void cannon. I'm trying to remember which ones those are, whether it be Centurions or whatever. But obviously a little more armor-plated. Not quite as ornate the whole time, but definitely still very gold-plated and has the Cabal helm. Definitely a big boy. Now, the new bow. This is fun.
She moves, and she will spit out your bones.
Got to get some better shots of this and go slow. Female Cabal, just what we needed. So, this is your new bow. Looks pretty cool. It's a solar bow. And as we look through the website, you've got the Tychu's Divination. I'm probably saying that wrong. Tychu's Divination. This ancient recurve bow charges multiple solar arrows that can track several targets at once. So we've got that. We've also got a redacted quest. Don't know what that is, but it does have the Tex Mechanical logo. That Cabal boss was female. Oh, because it's got...
And she will spit.
Does it have tusks? Because that's the tusk, or the big thing that seemed to be the deal there. So, man.
She moves, and she will spit.
It's hard to tell if there's tusks on that. Could be female. I mean, we have a female empress at this point, so any female leadership within the Cabal definitely is possible. It's a golden age Rasputin failure protocol. Each planetary node holds a piece of the whole, and when failure takes place, the connections are out, leaving each piece independent. Gotcha. Though it's nice to have a solar bow besides the vow and tyranny of heaven. Exactly. Now it's an exotic, of course, but still, solar bows are good. I love bows. Like, generally, they've been kind of fun. The exotic bows, they get to have some good variety with. New season drops literally a week from basically 30 minutes from now. So, like a week from 11 o'clock my time, so 9 a.m. Pacific. A week from then, new season will drop. So I'm sure they'll take the server down for like an hour or so. So server would probably be a week from now. The server would probably be down. So that somehow splits. Sorry, when I go back and forth, it always buffers like that.
And she will spit out your bow.
So that's the bow. You can see the little pointers here. You can see it split. One shot's going there, one shot's going out wide, and then it literally looks like one hits, and then it splits to the other two. So you've got the first hit, but you can see one arrow here on the right, one on the left that looks then later on, it hits the other two. So it hits and then splits is what it looks like. I can't tell if it's 3, special or heavy. Don't know if we have confirmation of that yet. But that is interesting to actually see the firing mechanics. So you've got 3 pulled. So you can see that right here. As it moves, then it draws, releases, fires the arrows, which will be projectiles. So it looks like he gets hit first. So impact is there first. And then those kind of like go and then they curve out to hit the other two. Not bad. Just kind of wishing exotic rocket launchers this season, but Eyes of Tomorrow. Probably, yeah, still need to go get the raid exotic for that one. Can't imagine it heavy with Trinity Ghoul existing. Yeah, it feels like as powerful as Trinity Ghoul, this thing can't suck, but killing 3 at the same time, that one's pretty sick. The Yondu bow, I actually kind of like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm getting screenshots as well because I'm obviously going to go through and work on a video for some of this. Classic Strikes return. So these are the battlegrounds. So that is the big emblem. So you got the helm, you've got the Cabal curl up, and then this is the Keitel. It's literally stuck in the middle of her helm. That's the emblem for the season. Battleground. So obviously we have one battleground on Europa, which is fairly cool. Now that looks like a 180 Trials hand cannon right here. I want to go back a little bit for a couple of the strike shots. I want a couple good ones. You got these 3 up in the air. Get a nice little focus on Devil's Ruin. Giant rocket launcher keeps beating me to the punch on that shot.
Sharpen my gilded knife and see you both on the battlefield.
Right here is where it gets a little crazy. All right. So we got some frames to go through. So this... Does this not look like Mercury to anybody else? Just me? This looks very much like a Mercury situation. Crow got that upgrade. Yeah, he does. Like, if that's Crow sitting behind him. Cabal took a hammer to the nuts. You guys are killing me. So yeah, scale-wise, again, Scion's got the chest there. Looks like the inside of Leviathan. Maybe. Nessus. Oh, Nessus by the barge. That actually makes more sense. Okay. It just, the lighting makes it think of Mercury, but I obviously know it's not Mercury. Yeah, this is the uppercut to the nads, so that's painful.
Champion.
Okay, so this does look like Nessus. You guys are right. The lighting is just looking like Mercury overall. Now, it's really weird. Have you got a little Scion sitting in front of like a Leviathan-type chest? The champions for the Cabal, they're like giant feathery art brush things, are quite large. And she's even taller. She's bigger. I don't know if it's boots or what. Yeah, so there's Vex. You guys are right. So this is definitely Vex, Nessus. So you've got Nessus, Cosmodrome, and Europa for your battlegrounds, I would assume. Cabal and Crow for the story there.
In my gilded knife.
Now, she's got a pretty cool knife. I love how she said gilded as we're working on gilded titles. I don't know if that was intentional, but it's definitely in there.
See you both on the
Yeah, and if that's Crow,
sharpen my gilded knife and see.
He looks a little dark under there, but I do like the Crow armor. So you've got the kind of like chain, like kind of mail that's like stacked. It's probably like plate mail, chain mail. There's a proper word for it. But I like the emblem of the Crow diving down his armor. I think that's kind of a cool way to symbolize him. Still got the darker eyes for sure. Wait, that's our Guardian behind Zavala. Her and Zavala are about to have hand-to-hand combat. Is that our Guardian or is that the Crow? I haven't seen Crow in a while to know, does he have red eyes, honestly? Destiny 2, Crow. If I go look at another cinematic. See, if you look at him here, he's kind of got those similar deep, yeah, scale mail. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you very much. So he has those eyes sometimes. The lighting has been pretty questionable, but there are moments where he has those eyes, which is very odd. Not always, like, but I guess if you take the lighting off of his face, he's gonna have his Crow signal, the golden eyes, the yellow eyes. Definitely feels like it's him standing behind, which is really, really weird. It's kind of a big deal if you have Crow, theoretically an upgrade, or it's us, and I'm not entirely sure. But the eyes specifically, either there's Crow armor for a hunter, which is cool, but again, I don't know the weapon. You've got scale mail armor. Thank you guys for that, which is cool. There's no way that's not the Crow. The bird on the chest has to be. I feel like there's no way it's not. Zavala's just got his like scowl, little slightly closed eyes, tightened face, just kind of pissed off either way. They're ready to go, yeah, but still.
You both on the battlefield.
Now, this little section keeps making me wonder.
See you both on the battlefield.
You go in here. This is where I'm wondering. This is probably a section in the new strike. Feels like you're jumping through whatever the Cabal tank or the Cabal ship area. Definitely feels like a way it's going to go. Now, a couple other frames. So that's your Trials armor. That's probably one of the better shots of the Trials armor that you can get. Because if you pull up the tweet from Bungie last week, Bungie or Destiny, I don't know which one did that tweet. It's Destiny the game. So if you go Trials armor and you go this picture, gonna pull it up and see here. Perks of too many things open at the same time. That is definitely that armor. So you got the ornate, you got this down the side. So that is your Trials armor. I don't know if it's base shader or what, but that's pretty cool. So you've still got the Osiris kind of symbol in the middle with the eye. You got still a little bit coming out from the chest. You've got the golden ornate kind of shoulder coverings, the helmet, sure. Obviously the fire's probably throwing it off for specifics, but not too shabby. And I think that's the Trials armor for the Hunter too. So that's going to be, well, this is going to be the Trials armor for the Hunter. Best shot that I could probably get is, if it's not too pixelated, right in there. Okay. There's a lot of screenshots in there. We're going to have to go a little bit slower. There's a lot that happens. So we got this guy. That's the old armor set, which is funny. But we are sitting up by the Iron Banner Cauldron. This is up there in the top of the current tower. Probably going to do trials just to prepare for Transmoggen 14. That's not a horrible idea. Give yourself those options. All right, so this is going to be one of the Cabal Scions. This is probably one of the champions. Looks like it's in a Vex architecture area, so this is probably for the... I would assume this is going to be the Nessus Battleground if we have one on each 3 planet. Shield from Vault. That's what I keep wondering. I see the shield, and I can't decide if the shield is going to be a Cabal shield that they're pulling out or the shield from Vault. But this guy looks pretty legit. So here... got a slide. This looks to be new armor. They're kind of showing, like, Suros a couple of times. Now this, is that us or is that a Cabal? Because it is really hard to tell. It looks like it could be, or maybe a new finisher. That could also be a thing. Maybe a Cabal-style shield finisher. That, honestly, yep, trailer is out. So thank you guys for tuning in with me. It feels like somebody is running with that, though. But it could definitely be a finisher. I feel like that's almost going to be a finisher. Shadow Price is in here, too. Oh, that's what Shadow Price is. That's the one. So Shadow Price is sitting on his back. That's right. It's got to be a finisher. Cabal Shield finisher. Yep. So that's a Cabal Shield finisher. I think we kind of narrowed that down. Good call. Yeah, see, that still looks like the Hunter Trials armor. This is a big guy. This looks like they're going to almost reuse. Tell me if you guys think this is right. Is this the part in Europa where we go down and we have the Empire Hunt? And theoretically, we've got... I feel like this lighting kind of area looks like it's the Empire Hunt. It was maybe the first one you did that has like 3 tiers. And it's the first one before you fight the actual Empire lady with the big mech in the front. Is that where you guys think this possibly could be? Obviously, we've still got this Cabal symbol. This is the seasonal challenge look. The Warrior Empire Hunt. Correct. Yes, the Warrior Empire Hunt. Where you fight the mech is where I picture this guy to be. Got a big-ass minigun as usual. Missiles out of his back. So again, this looks very much like a Cabal shield. So whether we get the Cabal shield as a finisher and get to smash him with it, and obviously there's a ship up there. This is the floating rock section in Nessus where we actually saved Cade 6. You could almost come down to... What's up, TJMJ? All you guys coming in, I'm trying to keep up with chat and talk about this stuff at the same time. If I haven't said your name, thank you guys all for showing up today. Tons of you guys out there watching with me. Thank you very much. Twitch was down, so thought I'd throw it on YouTube and got even more of you guys in here. So thank you. Thank you guys for coming. If you do enjoy, support the channel, want to join, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, thank you guys very much. Most people have had watching me on YouTube in a very, very long time, so thank you guys. Currently, I do not believe there's going to be a raid. We got Deepstone Crypt, and Vault of Glass is coming sometime in year 4. That being said, I don't believe, especially if we get a new strike this season and 2 others coming back, my hunch is that we're going to be getting... I'm thinking Vault of Glass is next season. This seems very much Cabal related, and if they go Vex next season, that would make more sense to tie in Vault of Glass as well. Any thoughts on a dungeon? That's hard to know. Like, dungeons have been fun, and believe me, I wish there was one. A secret dungeon would be amazing. What's up, MLB? How you doing? Does that mean they will bring back Venus with Vault of Glass? I don't think so. Again, speculations. We talk about it on the podcast. Some of you guys listen to it, some of you guys don't. Elisa, thank you very much. Slayer, how's it going? The big thing when it comes to Bungie right now, we're seeing that their bandwidth, their capacity to put out content is somewhat at a max. So the fact that they're at a point where we're wondering how much is going to come in each season. We've got 3 battlegrounds, which is a 3-person match made activity. And we've also got, ooh, the abandoned ship could be a dungeon. Oh, that would be fantastic, New Rad. I love where your head's at. And I don't know what that thing is, so we'll get to that in a minute. But we're getting 1 new strike. That's a good thing. We're getting 2 Destiny 1 strikes back. So if you have only played D2, they're new to you. If you played D1, you know them. Then we're also getting, we're going to be getting the 3rd strike, which is the new strike nobody's seen before. So we're getting 3 strikes added into the game. That's actually more than I would have expected at all. So that's big. We're also getting a 3-person match made activity. That's going to be pretty substantial because it's match made. It's not patrol. 3-person, cool little battlegrounds, kind of like a strike, but not. So I'm excited to see that one. And then also we've got new Trials armor. Looks like a Trials weapon, at least 1, if not more. So Trials stuff is coming. And then we've also got a CABAL story. So for season 12, which was Season of the Hunt being fairly light, it also came with Beyond Light. Season 13 on its own feels like it's going to be a big push. And then Season 14 is usually the lower seasons. Picture Season of the Worthy. Like Dawn was pretty good size. It feels like Season of the Chosen also going to be kind of our beefy season. And then 14, which is going to be next season, which we don't know, probably lighter, but that's probably where they throw Vault. They've been mastering Vault. It's probably going to be Vex related, something to that. And then 15 is really going to come back, probably Hive related, more Zivu or Wrath, some army of that nature. And that's going to lead us into Witch Queen, is my assumption. I would guess. Now, again, I'm talking out of my butt here, but that's what I'm guessing. So, finisher definitely feels like it's going to be like the shield finisher. Now, what else can we pick out here? Looks like I got a Sparrow or 2, definitely on Nessus, all over the place. So there's this shot, not too bad. So this looks like, this is I think the finisher, but I think this is also, that is the Trials armor. That's another shot of the Trials armor, just mid-finisher. Always going slow. This, of course, I think that's Behemoth there with the fists. And we've gone to buffering mode. Sorry. This looks like it's taking place actually up in the Cosmodrome. Now, this is a pretty good shot. I think this is going to be the look of potentially some of the reissued weapons. The barrels, they look like some of these are going to resemble some of the weapons we had previously. So definitely a big deal here. Vanguard Sparrows, of course. If we're dealing with Zavala, he's going to have some connection to what we're doing. That's just a pretty clean shot. That's almost like older armor. I don't know what this weapon is specifically over here. Is that going to be like a Xenophage ornament? I can't tell. Or a big sniper rifle. I can't tell what that thing is in the bottom corner. That's a pretty cool shot. That's actually going to be Sepix, probably first phase of Sepix. And we buffered again. Sorry, that's the way this program seems to go. Okay, so Titan here. Heir Apparent. Okay, oh, Guardian Games. Guardian Games, you're going to be able to get Heir Apparent again. That actually makes sense because Guardian Games is coming back. We'll look at the calendar here in a little bit. So that looks like, that's Vigilance Wing, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a new ornament for it. It's actually a decent shot of the Cabal there. Again, here's the battleground. So you definitely have a battleground on Nessus. This, yeah, this is going to be your Nessus battlegrounds. And you can see this is a big giant tank that's parked out there. The website shows the bow on the season pass. I saw that. So the bow is going to be your freebie. I get so annoyed at that. Palindrome. Some of you guys were wondering if it's there. Yep, the bow's 35. So there's your palindrome. In case anybody wondered, this is your hand cannon from Destiny 1. Had its heyday for a little bit. I'll be curious if palindrome is a 140 or a 120. Because it looks like the Trials hand cannon is a 180, just by the size and shape of it. That's a pretty cool shot. There's a hobgoblin. He is just about to get absolutely wrecked. Gotta love fun screenshots like that when you get to go slow. Little buffering, fun parts of that. And then here is the issue. So this is the part everybody's posted about. The Legendary Edition trailer showed at the same time. So Evo, I saw what you were saying. The only thing is just try and keep the language clean. That's all it is. I try and make sure that chat doesn't get a little too crazy. Just because I've had some people come in here and be a little abusive, I got to keep chat somewhat clean. So just, I totally get what you were saying. Because believe me, if Mass Effect dropped a trailer at the same time, yeah, that's not the best move, but what are you going to do? All right, so here's where we go frame by frame. It's literally I get one frame. Nope, you're good. It's so much farther in than I think. I get 1 or 2 shots of this thing. If there's a dungeon with a crazy horror space enemy, I'm pumped. This, right here. So this is... It looks like a Screeb. Somebody said it earlier when we brought this one up. And then if you go 1 frame forward, here, it's closer. It looks like a Screeb, but gone like a gremlin got into water and food or something. It looks like it's gone a little insane. This also looks like a horror game inside of Destiny 2. Now, Hive theoretically look pretty dark. Like if you pull up a picture up close of a Hive Acolyte, and you actually look at them in real close detail, they're not the greatest looking. They've definitely got a little nastiness in their mouths. And the mouth definitely looks Hive. That's why the teeth remind me for sure. I'm trying to find a good shot. I've seen a couple of really awesome screenshots before. Yeah, that's decent. Some of these are like concept arts and drawing. And some of these are going to be a little more detail. But even if you do, like, this is Destiny Hive Acolyte art. Like, some of these are concepts and stuff. But if you ever look at Hive, they definitely have teeth. Like, this is from Bungie. I mean, you see the teeth. And then that's why somebody was saying Hive or Scorn being abducted by Callus. And if there's the floating ship out here. So if we go back to this. And then we have this weird text that flashes.
There's no light here.
And you get that little tiny bit.
There's no light here.
So you get a couple screenshots there. Looks like an exploding Forsaken, guys. I haven't seen a Screeb in a while, but they don't look quite as extreme. Screeb, Destiny 2. So this is what a normal Screeb looks like. Somebody's got to have a better shot than that. Decent shot. That's about what a Screeb looks like. Here. Yeah, it's definitely a Lixney. That's kind of a normal looking Screeb. Somebody got a good shot of one in a game somewhere. That looks about normal. I guess if you go here, this guy's got some teeth on him too. Maybe it's a Lixney. So, okay. Look up Elixney faces. Okay, so you guys are seeing the teeth. So somehow it's a potentially Scorn Screeb that's like gone crazy. Either way, the biggest thing to note is that it's obviously like kind of nuts. And that's basically the wraps. Now I can go through my screenshots because I'll have those. And then we can also look at the website as we go through it as well. We're going to have a few of them. I went to a different place. Pictures. Oh, they all popped in here. Yeah, this is it again. This is where I literally started the screen. Champion Screeb. Oh, God, no. If they do a horror dungeon, dude, I will be set for that. So these are the shots. So by face, I can see, but looks so much worse than a normal Screeb. RTX on the Screeb. There have been theories about sighting a crawling Screeb-like creature, shadow showing in Europa zones, and Strike and Guardian dying out of nowhere. Really? That'd be weird. This, I don't know what it's related to, but we also seem to see, like, here's this text, and you've got this ship that seems to be floating. Now, if there's like an alien isolation level horror, like a horror dungeon of Cabal, or because it looks like a Cabal ship, but also looks like a floating Cabal ship in the reef. I honestly wonder, that would actually make some sense from you guys. So, chats, you guys are killing me on the names. So theoretically take, like, if Callus is trying to go around and pick up Scorn, somehow the Scorn got out and took over the ship that they're on, and you have to go in and try and, like, get that ship, like, take it back over. It's literally almost like an alien isolation game. Kind of looks like ruined or wrecked, and we just have to, like, jump off and land and potentially clear the thing out. Lore problem, there's multiple abandoned ships. Have to see. If this is involved in a dungeon, that would be a really cool way to do it. That actually gets me probably the most hyped, because you guys know I love dungeons. I'm going to be doing guides for Shattered Throne, Pit of Heresy, for the new stuff, since those are all going to be back in recent drops, and then Prophecy. But if we could get another dungeon, like a horror level dungeon, half mangled one, I would be excited. This looks like kind of a funky Cabal situation. Because you have that little frame and this. That's about the cleanest one I can get. It looks like the Tangled Shore, because you have floating stuff kind of in the background. It's kind of hard to tell, but it doesn't look like it's too near a planet, so it does look like it's kind of floating. It's hard to know. But whatever that thing is, maybe it's a horror level Screeb alien isolation dungeon. All I can say is that'd be freaking awesome. All right, so that's Kaito. Pretty good picture. Very ornate still. Definitely taking... No, we are not. Imagine if it's Exodus Blue and that's how we reintroduced tomorrow. That'd also be kind of crazy. So did we walk into another war with the Cabal, whether we wanted it or not? You nailed it, Evo. Absolutely did. So, there's the tusk. In case you're wondering, female Cabal do have tusks. This is a pretty good shot of those, so you can actually see that. Empress Keitel definitely taking after her dad, because we've got very ornate armor on her. And then Zavala's just like, no, I'm not bound to you. He's just, and Osiris is with him. So I still want to see how Osiris and Zavala, like, talk in the first place. How that's going to work. And then somehow they have a meeting. I don't know where the meeting takes place, but there's definitely a meeting. And then this is the helm. So you got the Vanguard banners. We've got, I can't tell if that's the seasonal armor, because I have the Season of the Chosen stuff up. Yeah, unlock the season pass. So you've got the Prefectus armor. This is the base level. And then it looks like the ornaments are going to be this, taken to the next level, which looks like this is going to be that armor, kind of done in the gold and black. Overall, fairly cool. That bow, I think that's... God, what bow is that? That straight one feels like... I'd have to pull up dim just to see. Is that the Tyranny of Heaven bow? Because they're not going to show anything that's not functional. Where is that? The Whispering Slab doesn't quite look... I didn't think Whispering Slab was quite that sharp. It's definitely not the Accrued Redemption. Am I missing a bow somewhere? Tyranny of Heaven is much more curved. Why do I feel like I've seen that shape of the bow before, but I'm not... Arsenic Bite, it might be. I'd have to go in to look. Whispering Slab, maybe, or maybe it's an ornament. Yeah, some people are not loving the armor. I can definitely say it's going to be divisive, for sure. Black Armory bow. Ooh, is that it? I don't think I have it anymore, but I have to go look in collections. Hold on, I'm going to boot up Destiny 2 in the background, just so I can look at that type of stuff. Probably a new bow. Arsenic Bite, Spiteful Fang, Arsenic Bite. You guys are saying, okay. But that straight edge just reminded me of something, so. Now, some people were wondering what is going on the back of the, I think it's the Titan. This is literally just the armor. So, that's definitely a thing. All the armor looks kind of weird. I don't want to say, like, trying to think of the right way to phrase what this armor reminds me of, because the big tassels, I don't, like, not quite samurai, but, like, giant shoulder pads, of course. Taken after Zavala. The little balls and the little tassels on the armor remind me of something else, almost like quilted looks too. Here's a pretty good shot. But yeah, that bow, see, this I think is definitely going to be like a reskin of some of those reissues. Persian, that may be what you guys are going for. And looks like a samurai, Mulan, Persian. Okay, we're getting there. See, this is why you do this with chat, because you guys are quicker than I am on some of this stuff. The bow is new. It has the same rusty skin as the SMG we saw in the Europa trailer. Okay. Wukong. So this is definitely the strike. So this will be on Nessus. This will be a new strike that's like parked from maybe what's crashed or driven up from an area that we haven't been able to see before. Strike is going to have layers within the tank as well. Apparently you're going to be able to drive one of these and just ramp it up. I love the fact that in this shot, our little thing, the little mini tank that we get to drive, is like ramping off and getting some speed, and he's just gonna like kamikaze it at it. Then of course, again, it's Cabal, so we've got tanks indoors. That's never new. This also feels like it's gonna be inside, but this looks more like a Leviathan ship. They have, this is more the seasonal icon and everything. They're running in. Of course, they're using the seasonal armor, but the big statues feel like it's Leviathan, but it's not Leviathan. It's not coming at. It's not Keitel. It's Keitel. By the way, it's not Keitel. It's Keitel. It's Katie. Yeah, that name is going to get shortened real soon. Black Armory's had the best weapon and armor design of any. Black Armory was always great. I did enjoy their weapons. This is your bow. Literally, it's got 3 pieces to it across the sides. Okay, here's the tusks you guys are talking about. Looks like these go down, but again, still possibly a female Cabal. Keitel? Karen. Getting worse. So there's the triple shot. And then it literally splits. Caitlin. Wow, you guys are killing me here. It's a pretty cool looking bow. I like the look of it. So that, I think, is our strike boss as well. If I had to guess, it looks like our big ornate guy that jumps down. Thinking it's the strike boss. Back here, possibly the strike fighting arena, or maybe just a newer champion look for the Cabal. Definitely going to be some boss mini-boss. It's a feminine version of Kotal Khan. That's a pretty cool shot. The profile looks pretty legit. But yeah, this is the shot. Like, it leaves the bow, it strikes the middle, and then you can see here and here the arrows go to the side. So there's a slight delay from like the middle and then the triple split off. Still looks pretty cool overall. First Gary, now Katie. Oh, God. And then it hits all 3. But overall, still a pretty legit shot. Again, that's the best shot I could get there, but that seems to be like the kind of mini boss, some major dude in there. That's actually cool. That's a crisp look. Up it up close. Classic Strikes Return, fight for the Cosmodrome. So, of course, nice Cosmodrome shot. We've got, of course, Sepix. Perfected, Prime, Devil's Lair Strike, whatever it is. So you're going to be fighting a known servitor, probably with a different name. Before Season 13 begins on February 9th, the following quests and items should be turned in. Weekly bounties. Strikes, Crucible, Gambit, Gunsmith, Crow. Turn in all your weekly bounties, Crucible tokens, and memory fragments for stasis. All of those are going to be turned in, deprecated. Do you think we will get new champions? Possibly. I could see them doing something like that. If Cabal's a big focus, they could do one new champion maybe. Iron Banner is here as well, in case that was missing. You've got also increased Valor, if you're looking for that. All right, let's go collections and see what we got. Bows. So what am I thinking of that feels... The Whispering Slab, see, that is not it. It's flat, but it's not the one I'm thinking of. Okay, you guys are right. It's like close to the Spiteful Fang model for like the legendary bow, but I feel like Arsenic Bite. Yeah, I think it's I think you guys are right. I think it's Arsenic Bite. Val. Apparently more of them are sharper than I thought. Subtle Calamity. That's definitely completely different. No Turning Back. Those are all like compound. Recurve. Spiteful's like the sharpest. Look at the Val. The Val looks close. Technically, we get 3 new strikes. Yeah. If you get 3 new strikes in a season, that's not bad. Which is why I also don't think there's going to be a raid this season either. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Biting Winds, Kinetic. Which means whatever bow, if there's a legendary bow coming in, it's got to be an energy bow. Look at Wishender. Oh god, where is that? I don't think they would go that far. Kinetic. The Wishender's a little more curved. It's got the ring. So yeah, exotic sticks out. Yeah, I could see kind of where that's sitting. Trinity Ghoul, Stag. Trinity Ghoul is fantastic bow, but yeah, they're definitely not going to copy it. Trinity Ghoul is more of a compound. Very much a lot going on with the gears and ratios and all that fun. Le Monarch, also another compound bow. Yeah, I could see some coolness. I was hoping for more than a raid a year. It needs to hook me up with the product they're smoking. Sadly, those days are gone. Yeah. No raid or dungeon this season. The dungeon I would not hold your breath for. I don't know what is floating in the sky. With the ship, with the little horror screeb, I'm not sure what that implies. But I will definitely say, if it is something like Callus scooping up all of that stuff, definitely one of those things that's kind of crazy. So, all right, back to where we were. So we got Devil's Lair, Fallen Saber. So we know that's coming. A blurry shot. See, this looks like, see what rocket launcher looks like that. That's another reason why I want to check some of these, because the reissues might have a different look to them. Doesn't mean they're going to be that different, though. Rocket launcher. Sleepless is coming back. That's got the front. See, that's a little more angular on Sins of the Past. That's what you guys are talking about. It's closer. It's not quite, but it's closer. They got kind of a similar model, but not quite. That is a reskin Sins of the Past. Okay, that's seems to be the case. Yeah, a little reskin. Here's your Trials hand cannon. So this is the Trials hand cannon for sure. Now, it also looks like a 180. Do you guys think this is a 180 hand cannon? It looks honestly like a reskinned Nature of the Beast, which is a 180. So, curious if you guys think this is a 180 or not. Oh, Midnight Coup. That too. So they're taking the Leviathan weapons and reskinning them. Hand cannons. Where's Midnight Coup? Yep. And that's a 140. Midnight Coup. But what's something, what am I thinking of? Where is Nature of the Beast? Hey, Scream, what's going on, man? Breaking down this trailer. If you take kind of the curved nature of the I only have so many shots of this thing. But, like, I mean, even look at the little hitch up top here. Smoother down the barrel. Sounds like a 140, but sped it up to make it sound like it's firing faster. I could see it being a 180, though. I know that's going to throw a lot of people off for a trials, which would piss people off, actually. Because if a trials cannon is a 180, there's probably not a lot of people that are going to like it. Because it's just there. Gun is 100% Suros hand cannon. Nature of the beast, annual skate, minuet 42. Archetype could be anything. Well, at least I'm not totally crazy. Some of you guys are with me. What'd you say? Minuet 42? I don't even... Oh, this? Yeah. Yeah, it has that feel. Now, that's a 140, though, so I don't have a clue. I don't hate 180s. I am terrible with 180s, so that's why it doesn't do as much for me. Finite Impactor. Again, they all have this feel. All the Suros hand cannons have that, like, swoop. Again, this is a 140. Probably a 140, which is probably what most people would find useful. If they gave a 120 trials, I think they'd be kind of pissed off. It cannot be a 180. It's probably a 140, but yeah, they'd make some people mad if it was a 180 trials. So that's your Sins of the Past kind of reskin rocket launcher with that texture on it. We got Big Boy coming back. 180s kick straight up. Oh, so this is your battleground, which is cool also. If you look back up, you've got a Cabal ship and kind of a landing pod and all of this stuff going on. Just the skybox is definitely going to get animated. Yeah, with the little spikes on the front, that's probably closer to, I guess, say Sins of the Past. Definitely has that tighter feel. Yeah, they kind of reskinned Sins, it looks like. It's the only one. Apex, nope, not even close. Really the only one that kind of has that look, doesn't it? Great Tech is just so massive. Yeah, they've got a couple frames. Bellowing Giant. That's just big, beefy boy. And we know also we're getting Heretic back too. But yeah, that definitely... Compare that hand to the Judgment from Trials of the 9. Oh, I don't even know if I freaking have that thing. I probably don't. I don't even think I have that one as a point of reference. So I'm not helpful. All right, so we got the hand, that one. Yeah, it's probably going to have more of a Sins of the Past feel. That's like a Pulse hand cannon again. That's going to be your Shadow Price coming back. Here's the Cosmodrome Battleground that's going to be up in... So if you do Cosmodrome, it's going to be Moth Yards. It's going to be the Lunar Complex right up here. So the big Moth Yards up the ramp. This is where one of those is going to be. Look on Braytech. It's a fair point. Doesn't look like Zextreme, but they'll probably use the same base. Yeah, they probably use like the framing to help with like animations and stuff like that and then go from there. But yeah, this is definitely going to be the Battlegrounds. I don't know if it's like tiers you've got to run through. Rip Public Event. Now, these are going to be 3-person match made. So I think we've gone through a fair amount of screenshots. I wouldn't mind switching over. So this is going to be the website. So up here, we've got Zavala sitting up here doing his thing, moving around with your mouse, which is always kind of cool. A little moving background. You got your trailer, and of course you can play now. So for the story, the new Empress. So it's C-A-I-A-T. So Kaitel. I don't know how to say it. Somebody's going to get it right at some point. With the pyramids of Zivo-Arath, the pyramids and Zivo-Arath destabilizing the system. Obviously, a lot of crazies going on. Empress Kaitel, I'm just going to say it how I have, leader of the Cabal and daughter of Callus, seeks an alliance. But when she demands more than Zavala can offer, negotiations collapse and Guardians must become the tip of the spear that strikes at her growing war council. If Zavala defeats her in solo combat, according to Cabal law, technically the Cabal would work Zavala. That'd be fun. Kaitel. Okay, so diluted potato. I think you and I are the same. Kaitel, something like that. Cartel. So the helm. Welcome to the Helm, HELM, designed as the ultimate Vanguard staging ground. The spaceport provides the resources, spaceports, but it still looks like it's in the last city. So somewhere related to the tower, we'll have to see. Provides resources Guardians need to face the most powerful of incursions. Here, the war table has been set. Meet with Zavala, acquire the Hammer of Proving. I don't know what that is, unless it's just like a quest, or maybe the Hammer of Proving is how he gives you a hammer and it's what you use for your quest to go to your battlegrounds. Not entirely sure if it's a quest objective or anything like that. Is it a new area in the hangar? Not entirely sure. If you guys are enjoying the stream, by the way, please drop a like below, follow the channel, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. You guys can also find me on Twitch and Twitter. I know a lot of you guys came from YouTube, though. It looks like we're going to be some type of variation of a second tower. Now, the seasonal artifact is mentioned down below. That's the only reason why I said it wasn't going to be, because the seasonal artifact is here. Seasonal artifact, the Bell of Conquest. Used to celebrate the triumphs of the warrior who carries it. The Bell of Conquest increases your power every time it's upgraded. So the seasonal artifact is different, theoretically, which is why I wondered the same thing, than acquire the Hammer of Proving and orchestrate an honorable victory. So I don't know what the difference of those two is. I don't know if it's just like a quest-related item. I thought the exact same thing did. So like when I first started, I was like, oh, Hammer of Proving, that's the seasonal artifact. And I scrolled down, I was like, and apparently I'm wrong. So that's that. So these are your battlegrounds. You've got this one, which very much looks like it's going to be in Europa, probably in the warrior section. The Empress Hunt the Warrior. Followed you not because you asked nicely, but because of Houndish and Jarv keep asking if I wanted to... What? I followed you, but not because you asked nicely, but because Houndish and Jarv keep asking. Houndish and Jarv are honestly good guys. Jarv especially, we had him on the podcast. He's a good guy. I appreciate the follow, believe me. Those guys are good too, though. So this is definitely your battleground right here. I could probably literally go get a screenshot of the Cosmodrome, and you're just going to kind of be going to town here. Second one, this 100% looks like it's down in the Empire Hunt Warrior, where you're down underneath, cannot even remember the section of Europa, but it's where you have, looks to be the mech is where I would put this one. Hammer feels like a new chalice. Now that might be true. The hammer could be a chalice. We also have umbral engrams. I don't know if they would do umbrals and a chalice. I feel like that would be a lot of like directional loot, which isn't a bad thing. Guess I'd be curious because that would be newer stuff, and the umbrals are mostly for older stuff. This, I think, is in the Nessus area because you have the rocks in the background. He's standing there. So this is in the Nessus section, where if you go through Nessus and you did the old campaign to free Cade 6, which some people aren't even going to know what I'm talking about because he's not in the game anymore. But these are the floating rocks in the background. You've got the Vex architecture here. 100% where this captain's going to be, or this Scion's going to be. So those are the three. We're not getting a Warhammer. I think it's more of a quest-related item. The Hammer of Proving. So some of you guys are thinking it's potentially like a chalice or some type of thing that's involved in quest, or like a lure. Could be something like that as well. Could be just our seasonal thing to go after the seasonal loot, more specifically. Umbles would be for world gear. Hammer could be for targeted gear related to the battlegrounds. It honestly could be like your hammer for the battlegrounds you set up. Maybe you strike the hammer to start them up, or you use that to finish it, something along those lines. I could see. So strikes for all players, 3. Surprising. We knew 2 were coming. Did not expect a third. Happy to see a third strike. I think that'll get us back to 10, give us a few more in the rotation. I could see all of these being involved as well in the Conqueror title. If you guys are looking at that one, you're probably going to at least have half of these in there. So exotics and gear. You've got a Champion's Armory. First, we have an exotic quest. Now, the one reason you're going to know that this is going to be Text Mechanica is if you pull up anything from Text Mechanica. Last Word, Chaperone. This icon with the bull, which is hard to see because it's up there. But if you pull up the bull, that's 100% Text Mechanica. So the Text Mechanica bull is what the seasonal quests hidden one. There's an exotic quest that's redacted. The exotic bow comes with the season pass. You've got powers gathered. These are going to be some of the reissues or some of the cache of new and reissued weapons. To collect ritual, over 25 weapons added to the loot pool, so it is a good chunk in there, I'll be honest. I know they reissued about 8, but the fact that we're getting 25 new weapons to the loot pool, it's not bad. That's like kind of a decent give and take, because I think they said I've heard people say we're losing 25, 26, 27. Getting back about the same amount, that's good. Kind of give us some rotation. Is it enough? Honestly, won't know until we get them, see what the perks are like, how they feel, what archetypes they fit, if they're going to fit anything missing. And you've also got umbral engrams to go after more specific rewards, whether it be armor or loot or anything like that. Can't wait for them to actually release an activity called Redacted. Yeah, well, Exotic Quest Redacted, don't know what it is, but all we can tell is it's Tex Mechanica. It's a good side profile of what it looks like with a pulse and a rocket launcher. Yeah, so that looks like a pulse. That's the rocket launcher. Kind of has the Sins of the Past feel, but yeah, I mean, they're going to be reskinned, so they took a frame and obviously put new textures on it, because they all have that, like, angular spiraled barrel. You got a baby sidearm. Can't tell on the pulse and what's underneath. That might be the bow as well. I can't see under the picture, which is annoying. Can I make it bigger? Oh, I can. So it looks like you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you got what looks to be a sniper, sidearm, rocket launcher for sure. Can I make this even bigger? Oh, yeah, we can probably go. Well, that's about as big as we get. I'm losing them though if I go too wide. So we got this one here that looks like it could be a pulse of some kind. Down here looks like a submachine gun. And then here looks like we've definitely got a bow. Maybe a new one, reissue, something. Reskin Leviathan weapons feel like it, though. I kind of get that. So those look like Leviathan reskins, kind of put in different places. They definitely look like that. These are going to be kind of your seasonal Keitel CABAL weapons. Sniper sort of looks like Silicon Aroma. I could kind of see that, actually. This is why you guys are amazing. You're going to pick stuff up that I just don't think about in the moment. Where is that? Because I did get that one. Dear God, where'd you go? Where the hell is there? You've got that clip in the bigger long barrel with the nose. And then if we go not that one. That's the armor we were comparing. Kind of getting a look. Went too far. So that versus that. Okay, I could see that. You got the clip. It's like, it's got a reskin. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I think that front still looks like something else, though. The front definitely looks a little different. This part with the split barrel. How did you even achieve that? You never ran a Leviathan raid? Wait, what do you guys are talking? Only stopped being great because of Weapons 2.0, because that's what it looks like took on the Season Pass. Okay. Oh, Season Pass icons will probably Alone as a God. Where is Alone as a God? Kinda? Trying to think of anything that has that split barrel. Almost like. See, honestly, that barrel, the way the end of the barrel is, Adorn and Beloved has a split barrel. So that like looks like the front. But then if you turn and you go split barrel, long barrel too, back to both a flat magazine entrance and a bigger stock. Actually, the more you zoom out, the more I can kind of see it looks about the same. Yeah, but that magazine, they're combining a couple of things for sure. That's an angled magazine. Yeah, they're putting stuff together. Beloved 3. Maxim. It's not one of those type. It's definitely got a longer barrel. Silicon Aroma, slightly angled entrance there. I have Foresight. No. Cool sniper, though, but definitely not. Persuader? Yeah. Tatara's Gaze. That's an angled entrance as well. I mean, it's going to be a new model. Watch it be Shepherd's Watch. That's actually probably one of the, like, long barrel, straight magazine entrance. We know, adored and beloved. We've been through a lot. Supremacy? Yeah, I mean, I can't put one specific one on it, but they definitely have combined a couple of different styles, for sure. So the Bell of Conquest. We've got this guy. Used to celebrate the triumphs of the warrior who carries it, the Bell of Conquest increases your power every time it's upgraded. Unlock new seasonal mods. Customize your playstyle. So here's your seasonal armor. So that's your ornaments that you're going to get from the season pass, so the gold stuff. This definitely, the hunter for sure looks some type of, some of you guys said like Mongolian or anything like that. Mongol Empire. Because you got like the tassels and stuff on the Titan. The like this type of helm, I think somebody said Mongol Empire probably fits the hunter probably the best for description. Dunce cap. Seriously? 100%. Dunce cap for the Titans. Cool. That's exciting. Thanks for that, by the way. Now I'm never going to be able to unsee it. Now this is just a legit looking bow. So you have the triple arrows. It looks cool. It really does. They did a great job with the art on that bow. Of course, we know we're going to have seasonal challenges now. Those are going to be a thing. Mongolian themed, yeah. Then you come down here, kind of similar. So you've got Hunter, looks like in the front with the cloak and the helm. Warlock, Titan over there. The Titan is like so subtle. And then you come up here and it's like, poof. Trinity Ghoul, but solar. Kind of, but it's going to split to 3. We looked over some of the animations. It looks like it fires 3, and then the 2 on the outside, as it gets to the target, turn, because the first one gets hit, and then it splits and hits the second 2. Battlegrounds actually sounds fun. Like Battlegrounds, a 3-person match-made activity, I'm honestly okay with that, because it's match-made. That's the biggest thing. Fallout from a failed treaty has resulted in the Cabal in the 3-person match-made activity, so you can match up, do it just like strikes or empire hunts, things like that. Guardians will engage in ritual combat against Keitel's chosen warriors, which I'm down. Probably going to feel similar to empire hunts, I would imagine. Nothing too crazy. Has more. It's more Trinity Ghoul because it tracks. Yeah. You got that. How would you guys say it? The Taiku. How do you, let me see. Ticcuu pronunciation. Wow. Not it like Ticcuu. Not even like a word. Gotta be careful what you search on stream, but Ticcuu. Tikku's divination? Not sure. Isn't Tikku a guardian? It could be. It's one of those that I wouldn't know. Can we get some armor? Here's some armor with golf balls all over it. I mean, you got Mongol Empire. So let me look up. Gotta do this stuff on another page. Mongolian Empire armor. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing it. Not everywhere, but I wonder who's like the kind of ornate balls on their armor. And I know that sounds awful, but yeah. So that's some Song Dynasty armor, and you're gonna have different dynasties and stuff too. Some of these have the big hair tufts going on the top of their head. Armor with ornate balls. Historic armor with ornate balls. Well, that's not working. Oh well. So basically it says TICU is the way it's saying it in English. Now it could be something else, but it's TICU is how Google Translate does it. So the armor for the season is an easy pass, same, just take the ornaments. Yeah, the normal armor, this is not doing too much. This is your base set of armor. But the season pass, like the ornaments, yeah, those I can see having some fun with. Not a huge fan of the Titan dunce cap, but what are you gonna do? Season pass, obviously you've got the gear dropping more. Looks like you've got an emblem. Of course, you got those. Season pass, bright dust. Okay, that explains, by the way. So you've got the finisher down here in the bottom corner. I cannot make it any bigger, sadly. So bottom corner, this is your finisher you get for the season pass. And that is the CABAL shield finisher. So that covers the fact that it's definitely not anything related to Vault of Glass. So you got your sets of armor. And a clean, empty, chill stuff here. So this is going to be... So that looks like the weapon. There's your bow. Sidearm. Oh, you got like a weird, funky ghost. It looks like you're going to get maybe the pulse and the sidearm, possibly, if it's pulse or scout or something along those lines. Another exotic cipher, dust. Then you come your ornaments, all the gold nitured. Yeah, see, it has some type of Mongol Empire. What is this? This is an emote with like a sword or a gun, but kind of a sword and a shield. It's almost like a standing guard emote there at the end. And then the big helmet. You get an ornament for that one. I can't tell what that emote's going to be, but that's your exotic. Season of the Chosen. So we've got, of course, everything in there. The new helm everybody gets. All right, so new exotic cosmetics. Umbral engrams, new triumphs and seals, Guardian Games, that's the season pass owners, Iron Banner, Trials of Osiris. Yeah, that's all in there. Guardian Games is in there. Season pass track and unlockable rewards. Second seasonal progress track with additional rewards. Exotic bow, Tiku's divination, instantly unlocked. Prefectus seasonal armor. That's the basic stuff. Seasonal XP, exotic weapon quest, exotic catalyst quest. Those are separate. 1 week early access to Proving Ground Strike. Additional exotic ship, sparrow, and ghost shells. Complete suite of prismatic recaster focusing features. Then you got Battlegrounds, match-made activity. That's apparently for everybody. New weapons and ornaments, 3 new strikes, the helm, exotic cosmetics, umbrals, triumphs and seals, Guardian Games, Iron Banner, blah, blah, blah. Yep, normal stuff. Bungie rewards. So you got the penguin guy, which is pretty cute. You're going to have the new seal, controversial opinion. Trials and Iron Banner needs to be a season pass exclusive. Trials, yes. Trials should be a season pass, 100%. I agree there. Mostly as a way to counter people going to free account, free account, free account. If you're going to spend the time to be competitive in Destiny and you don't want to just cheat, you should probably have at least a season pass. It's $10. And honestly, if people want to cheat at trials and you pay a bunch of $10 season passes, for some reason, this is the helm in the background, but the calendar still pops up. So this is here. So we get Behemoth and Hailstone Battlegrounds. So Behemoth looks like it's going to be on Nessus. And then the Hailstone, these are the two. Also, the Helm comes online, so that's where the Prismatic Recaster is going to be, kind of the new tower space. Also, the Devil's Lair and Fallen Saber Strikes open. February 9th, kind of a good quick pack. Level 50 or higher in the Season Pass. I don't know if I'd go that high, because some people like play a lot of certain activities and don't get as much experience. But definitely like certain amount of time in the season pass to like know that, like, I want to see, yeah, they need to put more walls in front of trials, because if you play normally, notice the character's right next to the helm. Yeah, so the helm will be in the pack, recaster is here, so there'll be some spending time there. The cleansing battlegrounds is the next week, so on the 16th we'll get the Cosmodrome, the other 2 battlegrounds we start with. Also on the 9th we get our stasis aspect quest, so that's our newest stasis aspect. I don't know if we'll get fragments, we'll see. Trials is on the 12th, new armor. I just thought if the helm was the new social space, what if we're on a Cabal ship as the new social area, like the Reef in Destiny 1? Possible, but I feel like the helm is a Vanguard. If Vanguard banners are anywhere, Vanguard banners are not going to be hanging on a Cabal ship. It's the only reason I would say that. So I think the helm is definitely going to be Earth Tower-ish related, because if there's Cabal banners hanging, or if there's Vanguard banners hanging anywhere, Zavala's not going to hang those up, and they probably won't stay up at a Cabal ship, so that's got to be Earth, where we have control over it. So you have the Oracle Battlegrounds. Now that looks like the Nessus one, because probably going to be the Battlegrounds, but the lighting looks like it's going to be. So we've got 4 Battlegrounds. That's not bad. Behemoth and Hailstone Battlegrounds. That's 2. Third Battlegrounds is cleansing on the 16th. Next week we have the Oracle Battlegrounds and Iron Banner. 23rd is a month later. Now, this is where I want you guys to think about the season pass and let me know. It's going to start a little early, but I don't actually know how much is going to be in here. So take these by dates. You've got the 9th, the 16th, and the 23rd. Those are your first 3 Fridays. The 9th, 2 Battlegrounds, 2 Strikes, Helm. Kind of the initiation of the season, get stuff started. You also get your Stasis quest, so give you something else for Stasis. Trials on Friday. Then, the next week, all we get Cleansing Battleground. So that's your 3rd Battleground. On the 23rd, you get your 4th Battleground. Iron Banner, I'm not really going to count. A month later, Proving Ground Strike opens for Season Pass holders. So, new Strike is literally almost... Is that 6 weeks or 5 weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's the 7th week that we're going to get the new Strike. The week after, Proving Ground Strike enters playlist for all players. Proving Grounds is going to be the Nightfall. So if it's the Nightfall, means it's also going to be the... Which is weird. I wonder how they're going to do that. Because if it's the 7th one, Proving Grounds being the Nightfall, if it's a Grand Master, it's going to be interesting. Might be time to show the helm images I put in Discord. We will hold your light by the Cabals. No. Please, I see the helm. But also some people are translating the Cabal, which is crazy. And I don't know. We will hold your light by the Cabals. You guys are too hilarious. Would you say helm images? No, I'm not going to show the helm image. That's not coming up. That's not yours. Higher up. New red helm. What in the Andy Warhol is this set of armor? Is that what you're talking about? Old tower still under renovation. That's the other piece. The old tower does still look like it's under renovation. So the helm is going to be somewhere else. The exterior shown in the cube map. Oh, so the exterior of the cube map, like we're in the window section. Is that what you're talking about? So this is what he's talking about. So this is the cube map. And I'm assuming you think this part up here with the 3 windows is going to match this. So then the 1, 2, 3 windows, they're going to match those 1, 2, 3 windows overlooking the tower. So it would be weird that the new tower wouldn't be open if those 3 windows, but also those 3 windows with these little like pieces. I don't know. It definitely could be, but it also might be like the backside or a slightly different section. It looks close, but also could be like a variation on it too. It's kind of hard to know. Okay, so Iron Banner, Iron Banner, Iron Banner. They're literally advertising when Iron Banner comes. Guardian Games is going to be April 20th through May 9th. The season ends literally May 11th. So Guardian Games is going to end May 9th. So it's going to end on a Sunday. Then the last 2 days, maybe an ending event, the closing ceremonies. We're going to have a little more. So let me ask you guys your thoughts on the season pass. Week 1, 2 battlegrounds, 2 strikes. Damn it, really? I hate it when I touch that thing. Rip Mike, you muted yourself. I did, I touched that. Okay, I don't know how much you guys caught. So fix the mute. Okay, so this is what I was curious. Let me know you guys' thoughts on the... You guys are killing me. Muted. He's been redacted. So what he's going to say is... I muted myself there, so... caught Battleground. Okay, so week 1, 2 Battlegrounds, 2 strikes. Week 2, and also your stasis quest. Week 2, you get 1 Battleground. That's it. Week 3, you get 1 Battleground. That's it. Iron Banner's also there, but I'm not counting that because it's always every season. Week 4, Week 5, Week 6, not much. So you have the 3rd Battleground... No, the 4th Battleground on week 3. A month after the 4th Battleground, we get 1 strike. Also Iron Banner again. Week after that, that strike goes into the Nightfall playlist. Week after that, or 2 weeks after that, we get Iron Banner. And then a week after that, we wrap it with 3 weeks of Guardian Games. Now I've already got the season pass, so I'm going to have everything. But it's going to be pretty heavy early on. And then you're probably not going to see too much. Everything in the season that matters is free. So the battlegrounds, you're going to have all your battlegrounds by week 3. You're going to have all your strikes you're going to have 2 strikes early. And then a month and a half after release, you're going to get your 3rd strike. They say and more over here. And again, we have like a horrific looking Screeb guy. Yeah, annual pass, season pass. You know, just buy the collector's edition of Beyond Light and be done with it. I'm going to play it all. You guys know it. Up top, we got new PvE activity, battlegrounds, new strikes. Actually, I have 3. New weapons and armor, new exotics. So we have a Tex Mechanica quest. No idea what that could be. Tex Mechanica's both been kinetic, so I'd be curious what they do. So the exotic quest is not listed on here for the Tex Mechanica piece. That is about the only thing not listed. Now, is there a dungeon in this season? I honestly don't know, but I don't know what that like alien isolation terror ship is going to be. Like you could do a February 23rd to March 23rd. Something could be in there. Maybe. The monthing of February 23rd to March 23rd doesn't sound good. Now, when does Outriders come out? Outriders comes out right around here, which is probably fine because the season will mostly be wrapped at that point. Outriders, I'm going to be playing the living crap out of. I've covered that quite a couple times on stream, covered it here and there. Overall good. Exotic quest will be in the gap. That would be one piece for sure. Don't know if it's going to be farmable. I hope they don't have too many like random exotics. That's going to be a bit much. The ship will be at the end of the season, you're telling me? That ship seems weird. I really hope they don't do again. Random. I get you're hungry, dude. Totally get it. Got you. think Hawkwoman would be the only random exotic, so that's a special. Yeah, I don't think they can do a lot of random exotics because the issue with collections is when that quest goes away at the end of year 4, if you're in Witch Queen, you can't go get a random exotic again unless that one doesn't retire. So I'll be very curious how they handle that. Maybe it won't go anywhere if the Cosmodrome stays, but that exotic quest has to stay as long as that gun's viable because you can't go earn anything. If a new player wants to go earn a role that's not just a question mark, they need somebody to do it because you can't pull it from collections otherwise. We'll see. Trophies and seals, new artifact, helm, infamy and valor, trials, Iron Banner, seasonal challenges. That stuff's normal. So it feels like we've got the ship would be interesting. I don't know what they're going to do with that horrific looking Screeb. Because you guys said Scorn looks like a Screeb, but bigger, beefier, and more deformed and ugly. And why there's a ship like that floating in the dark? Isn't it even at the end of the trailer? Like,
There's no light here.
and we don't see much from Osiris, and that's his little piece, is there's no light here. This weird Cabal, it looks like it's floating in the Tangled
There's no
Shore.
light here.
Because it definitely looks like asteroids floating around out in space, like some ship. And that would make sense if Callus has been trying to scoop up Scorn. Scorn got loose on the ship, took it over, and it's literally like an alien isolation thing. Looks like an ogre Screeb. That's the best way to describe it. Actually, probably in words, that's probably the best way I can do. Betting it's first curse. Ship will lead into season 14 because it shows the outside of the ship, so it's a cutscene. And again, not sure what this is, but that's like the big either. If they do that again, we're like, here's the end of the season at the start of the season. I'm not a huge fan, so I'm also probably talking loud, so the only one left is first curse. Yeah. All right, so somehow now I have to organize my thoughts into a video for this stuff. All right, so we got to go through. No, freaking no. Well, I get to go bitch at my cable company, but that's not new, so it's fine. So the Mass Effect trailer. All right, we'll watch it. Legendary Edition trailer. Sadly, I'm probably not going to be able to monetize this thing, but yeah, 2 hours ago it drops. All right, 1 sec. Download it in high definition. All right. Sarah says the light now. There's no light here. To me, that says Vex or Hive. Makes sense. Dual hand cannon, first curse, last word. Oh, that'd be terrible. Also, 2 exotic quests for the kinetic hand cannons back-to-back seems unlikely. Yeah, I don't think they would go that. Is first curse Tex Mechanica? Yeah, it's definitely Tex Mechanica. Okay. If they do another hand, like, I'm so tired of hand cannon quests. Are you kidding me? Like, please don't. I mean, it's Tex Mechanica. I'm hoping it's something new because I don't want another one. I was like, it's the only Tex Mechanica one that's possibly not seen yet. But I was like, how are they going to set that? We just got a kinetic hand cannon. How are you going to give us another exotic kinetic hand cannon? I really hope not. Too many hand cannons, I think that would kind of be a little over the top. Got your media down here, big old wallpapers. See, this has to be the strike. I think that's where that's from. Then you've got, obviously, the seasonal art, which is cool. You've got, this is the seasonal armor. That's going to be your ornaments. And then, of course, you've got your moth yards showing the battlegrounds up here. And all the Cabal ships parked up top. Overall, fairly cool. Screenshots. Here's your bow with the armor ornaments. This is a blue guy with 2 dudes shooting. So that's going to be the SMG. Again, there's the bow. So there's definitely a bow. Little baby sidearm. Here's your little tassels. It's going to be one of your guys, one of the champions related to those. That's the meeting with Osiris, Zavala, and Keitel. Same thing, flip, just other perspective. This is going to be the champion guy. I can't tell which place all these are going to be. That's got to be the strike, because there's too much not to be that one. Found the season armor is called Fugly. Of course, this is Sepix, without question. This is still a screenshot. So here's the thing. This being a screenshot makes me think it's more than just a cinematic. I have to think it is. So what do you guys think? Do you feel, so the weapons they show are just reissued Leviathan weapons? It looks like some of them are like reskinned Leviathan weapons. Kind of hard to know all the specifics to it, but it definitely looks that way. That's my only reason I think this could be more than just a cinematic piece, is because there's a screenshot. Everything else is in game. You've got what looks to be the strike, the bow. Granted, these are cinematics, so I guess that's thing. But this, what is this? This is so obscure. It looks like floating asteroid rocky place. There's only so many places with this. Anything mentioned about our next pursuit weapon? Actually, no, Marvel. No mention of the pursuit weapons. That's the only one we don't know. There will be one at Banshee, but I actually don't know what that is. That's actually a good thing that we don't know all of it. But yeah, there should be some pursuit weapon. I thought it was once a season, and then the armor from the vendors with its decals on it, that was the annual thing. There's supposed to be one pursuit weapon per season. I still feel I'm oddly hopeful that this is something cool. Maybe it's Explorer's Place, but I feel it's showing the outside of the ship. It makes us feel like it's a cutscene. Comes under and more. And this is where it's like I can speculate all day, but I just don't know. All right, we're going to do a quick look at the Mass Effect trailer. I've never played any of these games, by the way, so I do plan to play all 3 of these. Somehow, some way, I'm going to try and find time between everything else, but it's eventually remastered in 4K Ultra HD. I want a monitor when I play these things. That's the key. I also want a new 4K monitor. Because I got an RTX 3090. I was lucky enough to nab one of those. But I have literally never played Mass Effect. Not any of the 3. It's the story, though, which is why I've been told so many people tell me to play this. Just an amazing game and story.
do this.
We have a date. Still no freaking date. Yeah. Includes single player content only, so no multiplayer. Kind of figured that. It's the most awesome and immersive story ever put into a video game format. Other than that, no big deal. I like your nice casual way to describe it. Honestly, like, I'd never got around to him, and it got so far away that I honestly was, like, hoping for a remaster of some kind. So now the fact that it's official, it's on my list. So trust me, it's on my list to play. My backlog is huge, for sure. But yeah, definitely one of those things that's got to get experienced. Now, I've got a decent amount of you guys on the YouTube channel. May 4th, are you kidding? God, May is going to be rough. Mass Effect Legendary done release date. Did they actually drop a date? 2 hours ago. More than 40 pieces of downloadable content, including story expansions, weapons, armor packs, everything in Ultra HD, HDR. Says it's up for pre-order, but there's no date. I don't see a date anywhere. Should be cool, though. Definitely good. So I wanted to ask you guys, while I've got a decent chunk of you on stream, before I kind of, like, get into this and see about making myself a little video, if I play something like Mass Effect that big, that long, is that something you guys would ever like to see on my YouTube channel? And then the other option is, how would you like to see it on my YouTube channel? I don't even know how to, like, tackle something like highlights for that. Is that just like I play it once a week or something like that? That's what I always wonder. Is how to put something like that on my YouTube channel and get the experience. Because you have 3, like, 40 or 50 hour games. I mean, it's 150 hours of stuff. Like, it's not going to be small. Like, Let's Plays for an hour. You guys want to see highlights? I mean, I probably don't need to show, like, all the exploration or farming and stuff like that. But, like, show cinematics. That date is 3 days after the next Destiny season opens. Oh, my God. Okay, so I'm getting yes. Is it a highlights? Is it all of it? Can you guys clarify what you're saying yes to? That would help a little bit. So is it like, how would I do highlights? So say I play the game for like 5-6 hours. Think of a game like this as the branching possibilities. There will always be a path not taken, so even if you show things, it may vary from decisions others make, and experience is different. You want to see like the whole thing, just like Mass Effect Let's Play part 1 through 50. Not going to be short. And then on the other side, you're going to do Mass Effect 2, same thing. Mass Effect 3, same thing. At some point, live for all of it, archive the main missions. Yeah, I'd have to see. Yeah, definitely live for all of it. That'd be one of those, do I stream it on YouTube like I'm streaming Immortals Phoenix Rising? We'll have to see. We'll do that one later because I got to figure out what dates are going to fall, games are going to release, and that type of stuff. I watch a YouTuber, Mentes Fox, who plays games all the way through in 1-hour episodes. Yeah, I've seen people do Let's Plays like that. I've seen Zach Scott games. A couple people will do full Let's Plays, and it's just like the whole experience. If you want to watch the whole thing, the game starts with Volume 1, and if you let a character die, they don't appear in subsequent games. If you save people, they do. So that's like Mental Fox. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I've heard 1, 2, and 3, like, decisions matter. So there's some romance in there, stuff like that with Shepard. Stream live, editing episode 1-hour vids, and then release throughout the week until it streams again. Yeah, that'd be, so that's one of those. He's a neighbor of mine. Oh, he's down here in Texas. That's cool. Okay, so I got to kind of figure out my thoughts here. All right, so Season of the Chosen. So story. CAI ATL, Keitel, daughter of Callus. Wants us to bend the knee. But Zavala won't. So we got to duke it out. In Battlegrounds. 3-person match-made activity. Looks like there will be 4 total released throughout the season. And then here's the thing, too. If I were you, I'd play Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII Remake is 100% in my list as well. My backlog is very large. I'm going to be covering Outriders, covering some other stuff as well, but yeah. We will get back the Helm, which looks like Helm returns. Looks to be tower related. Kind of Vanguard, Hub, Prismatic Recaster. Sitting in the floor. I'm going to shower. I got some grinding to do before the end of the season. I'm excited for the new Fable game. Fable would be cool too. I've actually not really played one of those. So Battlegrounds, looks like we've got 1 in the Warrior section. Looks like 1 is in Moth Yards. Moth Yards / Lunar Complex entrance in Cosmodrome. Looks like you've got 1 in the Warrior Empire Hunt area, possibly. I got to figure out if that's the real one, but I think it is the Warrior. One of these looks to be on Nessus in the Cade 6 rescue mission from Red War campaign. Underground floating rocks. There's a 4th one, I'm not entirely sure. Helm is basically designed as the ultimate Vanguard staging ground, so these are going to be Vanguard banners. Looks like it's somewhere related to the new tower, old tower, A tower piece. Here the war table has been set. Meet with Zavala, acquire the Hammer of Proving. That's right, you got the Hammer of Proving. Hammer of Proving. Could be quest item, possibly battleground related. Still unsure. Not seasonal artifact. Are monitors better than TVs? That is a very different opinion. I would have probably said monitors for a while, but honestly, if you want to get like the 48-inch new 4K LG OLED, it's definitely one of those that's like probably the most viable now to be a monitor. Also depends on how far you are from it. I'm sitting pretty close to my 27-inch monitors. They're pretty good. It's kind of a tough call. All right, so 2 strikes. So 3 new strikes to Destiny 2. Devil's Lair and Fallen Saber. Return from Destiny 1. And then Proving Grounds. Brand new CABAL. Nessus strike. All right, so we got 3 new strikes. Got the Helm. Got the Battlegrounds, and then there's number 4, which I'm not entirely sure is. How many times did you farm High Celebrant before getting the ship, and how do I get the farm to work? So for me, for the High Celebrant, basically you can set up your lure to do the High Celebrant run, and then go like 10 seconds into the mission, just like run forward for it to count that you're in there. And then once you're in there, go into your lure and reset it. And you won't get like the pinnacle drop from it, but you can get the ship to drop at the end. And that way you don't have to keep farming the lure recharges over and over. You just run through, and then at the end of it, you'll either get the ship or you won't. And then if you didn't, you can just go back in, reset up the lure again, start it out, and then once you get inside, then reset the lure and run through again. So if you reset the lure, you won't get the drop, but you will be able to get the ship at the end. I hope that makes some sense. A new exotic bow. Haiku's divination. Solar 3 target tracking bow. Honestly, didn't even think about it, but the Tiku's divination, since it hits 3 targets, I honestly wonder how that's going to do in trials. Not even trials specifically, just PvP. Seems like it has potential as well. Tonight, I will be on Twitch from about 8 to midnight Central Time. Tiku's divination is the season pass, yes. Then we have a Tex Mechanica. Exotic Quest redacted. Have a good one, Xenu. Thank you for stopping by. Good luck in your grind. So, Bats, I don't think it's like Trinity Ghoul does like lightning. But the way it looked is like they charged up, they fired, and then as it went down, it actually split as it traveled. So like one went forward and hit first, and then as the 3 shots went towards the end, they like turned and then went out to the sides as the final arrow went straight down the pipe. Also, Trinity Ghoul does lightning. This thing probably won't do that. Maybe it'll do fire damage, which would be great. I'd love to see them do more stuff like burning. Over 25 weapons. Yeah, the tracking sets it apart too. So you got the Prismatic Recaster. That's back. Seasonal Artifact. Bell of Conquests. The only reason I know that it's not the other. Seasonal Armor. We've got to look at that. I don't get why Bungie can't add at least one new PvP map per season and not one new one from D2. The new bow can track. I didn't see the part that it tracked. Yeah, that's cool. Honestly, yeah. When like no PvP info at all. I'm actually going to put that in the video because people have asked not one PvP map. Not a PvP map, not a Gambit map. I really do feel like they're leaning away from PvP, and to some extent. I don't know how to exactly define that, but it definitely feels like PvP is not kind of getting the love that it probably should. I was like, it doesn't show. Hollowtide, what's up, man? How you doing? Shout out to Hollowtide, by the way, because this is at least the one I'm thinking of. Building PvP max takes time, and they don't have the size or don't care enough to put people on the build. Yeah. Because you can build a PvP map, but then you need to balance it and tweak things to work on geometry, pretending to work. That works. We have mostly been going through, breaking down the trailer, getting screenshots. Still a little terrified of the horror part of this stuff. Mostly scared of this dude. This is still the one for me that boggles my mind. Could be focusing on crossplay. Probably are. Probably focusing on a whole lot of network testing and things like that just to make it. But why this is in the trailer? Besides it looking like a ogre screeb? I don't know. I really wonder how that could possibly work. Screebs are also like one and done, so if this is like a boss in something, you gotta kill him before he kills you? I don't know. Still very, very curious how this is going to pan out. I still can't figure out why a horror shot is in the trailer, though. This is the weirdest thing. And there's like a floating half-dead ship. And the only speculation that I can come up with from most of you guys telling me, what if it's a Screeb carrier? Oh, man. Like it's a mama spider with all the little baby spiders on its back. That would make some sense. Scale-wise, I can't tell how big it is. It doesn't look huge, per se, because like if these are like barrels or canisters and kind of the wall stuff on the ground, it doesn't look like massive, but it does look like a captain on all fours as opposed to like a thrall that's smaller turned into a Screeb. It looks like more captain-sized for sure. I mean, I could see that, and basically it like launches Screeb out at you, and you've still got to work on killing it down. But it's just the way. Damn it. Yep, thank you. It's good to have that so I don't like smack and hit a button when I mute, but if I mute and I don't know it, I guess it's not a bad thing, but for you guys, yeah. This is the one part that's really throwing me off, for sure. It's interesting, though. All right, well, I have a work meeting at like 2, so I've got about 2 hours to try and put something together. It's going to be a lot of rambling, I'm sure, but I've got some organized thoughts. Or final screenshot with Osiris. There is no light here. Floating Cabal ship. Maybe entangled shore area. Chaos was trying to scoop up Scorn. Maybe they got loose in the ship? Question mark? All right, I'm going to try and put that together, and then I'm going to have to edit it. And after that, I will have my meeting, probably work out with my wife, and then tonight we'll do our workout, we'll do all the other stuff, and then I'll be streaming tonight. Just doing some basic Destiny stuff, turning in Crucible tokens, talk to you guys about all of this. Kind of resembles the bunker on the moon. Yeah, I could see that. Bungie rewards, calendar picture. I know I saved that already. Yep. Should have all my media screenshots, nothing else too new. Season pass, artifacts, ranks, all that. Well, thank you all very much for coming to hang out. I know this is not like my longest stream on YouTube ever. I will be live tomorrow, 10 to 5. I'll be playing Immortals Phoenix Rising for both Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. I'm still working through that one. Yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, if you guys will drop a like, if you guys are new to the channel, enjoyed the discussions, kind of everything we talked about, subscribe to the channel, hit the alert bell. You guys will get notifications when I go live on here. I didn't even monetize this stream, so totally free. I don't want to also monetize streams too much to make like ads pop up to you guys annoyingly, so I still got to figure out how that all works. But I'll also be on twitch.tv/Ebontis, and then if you guys really want to know where I'm at, stream schedule, everything like that, I'm also on Twitter, so you guys can find me there. But thank you all for hanging out. So many more of you showed up than I thought, so thank you very much. I appreciate you guys hanging. But I'll be on Twitch tonight, playing Destiny, kind of working on stuff, chatting about this a little more. And then tomorrow I'll be streaming on YouTube, playing Immortals Phoenix Rising, and just chatting with you guys, hanging most of the day. So, yeah. And of course, my moderators out there, New Rad and Kevin, thank you guys very much. Those guys are part of my crew. They're pretty amazing. So, thank you guys all very much. You guys are awesome. Lots of stuff to look forward to. Is it a big season? Is it small? Is it it's 13 weeks? Is it big enough? Forte, you're catching me right as I'm about to get off. Sorry. We will just have to see. I'm curious where they go with the story. I'm curious how much all you get. But thank you all very much. I'm going to wrap it up here. And I will see you guys soon. Potentially tonight as well. You can find me on twitch.tv/Ebontis. Destiny tonight. And then back here streaming tomorrow for Immortals.